Welcome to the Mishawaka Network. I am Grant Metzger, and beside me is Matt Rendell. We are here in Steel Stadium for the matchup between the Mishawaka Cavemen.
Yeah, we're excited to have the game. Last year was at Penn. Cavemen got out to that lead last year, couldn't hold it. And so hopefully this year for the Cavemen, really a dominant win, and they were really ready to go. So it's an exciting game here. It's the biggest rivalry in the area, maybe all year, maybe in any sport, right? It's been going on since the 60s. First game was 0-0 tie as the Cavemen and Kingsmen tied that game. But we are excited. I'm excited to have you on the air again. We got a lot of new people here doing a lot of new things, so we'll get to those people here shortly. But we're here to preview the game, and we'll talk quickly about last week's and going on in the future. But we're excited to bring you this game on the Mishawaka Network.
Yeah, going back to that, the rivalry, the series record has Penn leading 50 wins to Mishawaka's 16. And like you said, the one tie was back in 1965 and ended 0-0, which means this is a 61-year rivalry. And the last game, it was back in 2025. Mishawaka lost 28-22. However, at the half, they were leading 16-0. Do you think that if Mishawaka get in the lead during this halftime, do you think we can hold on to it?
Yeah, I mean, the big thing with Mishawaka, and we talked to Coach Kinder, you talked to Coach Kinder, I listened to that interview, it was really hard to, he talked about how good Penn was, but he talked a lot, both with us, with other media outlets, if the Cavemen don't make mistakes, penalties, turnovers, if they can get out to the lead, they can hold that ball, run the clock, and they can make it happen, but they've got to hold on to the ball. They can't fumble it, throw interceptions, things like that, and they got to stay away from those big killing penalties. We saw it last week at Marion, some personal fouls, some other things. So we'll see what the Cavemen can do, but I think if they can get out to the lead, I think they can hold it, but the hard part is getting that lead.
Yeah, and especially with a big rivalry like this, you have to be careful with those personal fouls and unsportsmanlike, of course, some extracurriculars like we saw with Marion, and that can cost you the game. That will cost you so many yards, and we can't afford those kind of mistakes.
Right. So right now, you got everybody warming up. We're getting ready for the game here. We got 2 cameras here tonight. We're going to try to do some different things. We got a whole new setup. We've talked about it a little bit in our volleyball broadcast, so we're excited to bring you the game we'll have some hiccups along the way, but first time, Grant, you're excited?
Yeah, I'm pumped.
There you go. You got all your notes. You've been preparing for a couple weeks now to do this. What's kind of the thing you're most looking forward to in terms of announcing these football games? I'm
going to be honest. The prep coming up to this with all the data, putting it all into tables, getting lineups, it's a blast. I love the background part of it, but I mean, this is my first time experiencing the actual announcing part. Yeah. So I'm excited to see what this holds.
Yeah, and hopefully, we lost a number of really good seniors working here behind the scenes and on air. Daniel Phillips down at IU, Karma Johnson, Dylan Baylor, a number of seniors left, but we're bringing in some new people. Braden Wagner out there running cameras, Isaiah right in front of us running that top camera. Autumn's helping us out, helping with the video board and some graphic stuff, and then Kira's kind of running the show here as she was announcing volleyball earlier this week. So we've got lots going on here, and we're going to try to bring you a good broadcast, but we're also going to show you what's coming up, right? We've got football tonight, but we're back next week for football again. You won't be on the air for that. I might get you on at some breaks and some different things, but a really unique situation next week as I will be on air with Mike Bresky doing the Pulse FM call. That will be the audio for that call, so an exciting time. I'll be with Mike doing that. We'll be bringing you another home game here at Mishawaka High School, and that will actually be band senior night as well, so that'll be a fun night here at the Cave, at Steel Stadium. At the Cave next week, we will have some volleyball action as Mishawaka will take on Warsaw, very good Warsaw team. That will be in the Cave. You've been to a lot of events here. You've been to some volleyball games, Grant. How are the volleyball games? How fun is it? What's the environment like?
I really like volleyball. It is generally a little bit less just chaotic than football games. Sure. So you have more time to just enjoy the game. Obviously you're still working, you're still trying to get those camera angles, but it's a lot calmer, and it's a more it's a lot calmer working environment.
And so now here we're at football, and not only is this football is always kind of a lot of moving parts. We got the video board, the announcing, the cameras, all the things going on, but we also have not just any football game, right? This is the Penn Mishawaka game.
This is the backyard brawl, the probably one of the most looked forward to games in the Mishawaka schedule, and for Penn too.
Yeah, nothing beats the Penn Mishawaka rivalry in any sport, but especially football. So we're excited here. You're going to see, hopefully here soon, the band coming up, the color guard. They're excited. This is their first performance. They got a special halftime show. I don't want to ruin it. You'll see it. It'll be an exciting. They only got one song, but it's a really exciting. It's a good show. I was at practice on Monday. We've got a band hype video for halftime. So it's not just the game, but you have the spectacle of it too. Yeah,
I was talking to one of the band members, and he said that they're going to be adding on songs as we go throughout the season. I think there's going to be a total of, by the end of the thing, it's going to be like 3 songs. And
and they're good songs too.
Yeah.
So get ready for that. The band's always a fun part. I know our band has a really good time. They enjoy it. So we're excited to have them here and bring you this game. Let's quickly get back to some football action, Grant. Last week, both teams were playing. Penn was at home taking on Valpo. How'd that go for Penn?
Well, it went great. Penn winning 49-24, and just standout performances from quarterback Landon Hall, Tate Clark, Buddy Hurley, Ethan Horner. Just great performances.
Yeah, across the board. We have the stats here. Hurley, 4 catches, 126, a touchdown. Horner, 4 catches, 112, 2 touchdowns. And so you're talking about averaging 30, averaging 28 yards per catch. And then Bernacki there, 4 catches, 44 yards, 2 touchdowns. And we watched some of that game together in class, Grant, and Landon Hall's just throwing dimes. Like, he's hitting guys in stride. He's got such a strong and accurate arm, and that's what the Cavemen have to compete with tonight.
Exactly. Going to the Mishawaka-Marion game, Snyder maybe didn't have the best passing game, going over 1 there. But rushing, he just knocked it out of the park with a standout 297 rushing yards. That is pretty crazy right there. He averaged 19 yards per run and ran in 3 touchdowns, and that just amazing, beautiful 72-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, he got to the outside. We were both at the game. He kind of made it out to the outside and was able to score. So an exciting game for sure. Landon Snyder, a big game. Caden O'Neill didn't have quite a big game, got it hurt a little bit. We've seen him limping around. So Ethan Flowers had a couple carries, got a couple touchdowns. So we'll see what the Cavemen can do here tonight. But Snyder, the big game. We talked to Coach Kinder. Yes, Snyder had the big game, but what he really did was he was efficient. He had 297 yards, but it was only on 16 carries. So that means he's averaging 19 yards a carry, and that's just a huge game for him. And he's going to need that big game tonight against Penn.
Exactly. You can give to Landon Snyder. He's going to take it somewhere. That's for sure. Whether that be the end zone or the first down, he's got you covered.
So we're getting ready for band here. We've got a lot of things going on, so we're going to take a break, get you the band, get you some updates, get you some hype videos and stuff, and then we're going to be back to bring you the game here between Penn and Mishawaka.
I just always fear that another one will like, so if he turns it off, I'll feel better.
Well, this I turned off.
Yeah, you're full of it.
No, I haven't done it.
Should we do it during like the big fall stuff?
At halftime, yeah. Oh, no, I'm saying like that. When the band starts to trigger. Yeah. Oh, you're not playing music between now and then, right?
I mean, I will be. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. But that way it gives us enough time to do.
And I have okay.
During school, I might pop up here during school. Yeah. Like, we'll be at the wall.
I've been up here
ladies and gentlemen, here comes the marching caveman. Color starters under the direction of our DSP is led by Sarah Key and our summate is Dakota Shannon.
Keep them in frame.
Please join us in welcoming Penn. Get on your feet as we perform the Big Band and the Mishawaka Fight Song. Please rise for your hats for the Queen and the national anthem. We appreciate the fanfare and the support of our students. We'll see you at halftime for the music of James Bond, as well as the JV and varsity dance teams. Go Penn.
And your Mishawaka caveman! Introducing the starters, start with the starting offense is the visiting Penn Kingsman. At right tackle is the senior, number 75, Adrian Brown. At guard, he's also a senior, number 72, Cal Wilson. At center, also a senior, number 75, A.J. Vito. 78 wins for McGee. And at left tackle number 57, he's a senior, Wyatt Berger. At split end, senior number 1, Grayson Hurley. And running back, he's a senior number 16, Chase Buckwheat. And flanker, junior number 12, Yogi Lamoropoulos. Flanker number 0, he's a junior. Number 11, Mason Bernacki. Tight end, senior number 25, Ray Rock. And at quarterback, he's a senior number 2, Landon Hall. And now the starting defense for your Mishawaka Penn. And he's a senior number 66, Tristan Garcia. And the defensive tackle is senior number 61, Isaiah Hummer. Number 99, Tristan Stevens. And the black linebacker, he's a junior, number 22, Mike Dunaway. At the wide linebacker, he's a junior, number 8, Alex Devane. And he's a senior, number 15, Preciado. He's a senior number 32, Jaden Pyle. And that corner to number 19, Liam Summers. The boundary corner, he's a senior number 10, Landon Schneider.
Yeah, get this side. Yeah, get them running out.
And their strong safety, junior number 9, Bruce.
Yep, you know, faster than that, there you go. Right there.
He's a junior number 4, Amir DT.
Pride, resilient, timeless, glorious, unforgettable. Together we make one game, one team. We are.
It is in your DNA. This was done 100 years ago. Pavement football didn't get created in the 2000s. It's been around since the 1900s, the early 1900s. It is in your blood. What LOD means tonight is I got your back. And I know you got mine. You can count on me.
The Mishawaka Cavemen.
Mishawaka High School. Coach Nova led the Mishawaka League football program from 1971 through 1976, compiling an outstanding 46-15-1 record during the 60s. Under his leadership, Mishawaka captured 3 conference championships in advance to the 1974 Indiana State District Championship. Coach Nova did have football offensive losses. He was a teacher, mentor, and leader who influenced generations of student athletes. His former players have often spoken about the character, work ethic, integrity, and determination he instilled in them. Lessons that extend our well-known football. Coach Nova went on to enjoy an outstanding collegiate coaching career at Indiana University, Purdue University, Citadel, and Washington State University, while ultimately in the Penn football. His accomplishment during the Mishawaka Hall of Fame in 1986 and the Internet Hall of Fame in 2001. The Mishawaka University, Coach Nova will always be remembered for his Coach Nova, a man who dedicated to leading his players and helped build a tradition that continues today. Our thoughts and prayers are with the Coach Nova's family, former players, coaches, friends, and all of those whose lives he touched. Thank you, Coach, for your leadership, your service, lasting impact on Mishawaka High School. Once a caveman, always a caveman. Rest in peace, Coach.
Welcome back to the Mishawaka Network. I'm Grant Metzger. Beside me is Matt Rendell. You can see the coin toss happening right now, and the game is about to begin.
Yeah, it's an exciting time, the coin toss. You got some future cavemen out there. Looks like from Battelle and Twin Branch. I see Matt Wood, principal at Battelle. It looks like Twin Branch. I think that's Twin Branch. Bob O'Hara there, the principal at Twin Branch. You got the cavemen there in their white pants, maroon tops, white helmet. You'll see that maroon M. Penn over there got their gold helmets, white tops, black pants as they're ready to go here at Steel Stadium. Coin toss, ceremonial coin toss out there. Obviously, we just honored Bill Doba. Bill Doba coached at Mishawaka High School in the 70s, came into semi-state for the football team. He coached at different places, including Washington State University. My family knows him pretty well, and so our condolences to the Doba family and friends there as they did an honor here for him in the stadium. So that was a cool moment. As we see the teams getting ready to line up, cavemen are going to be going from left to right, Kingsmen from right to left. We're going to get a signal here of who's getting the ball first, and it's going to be Mishawaka who's decided to take the ball first in this first quarter, as we're about ready to get underway.
And hopefully that means that they can get up and be leading by halftime just like they were last game, although hopefully it does have a different result.
Yeah, they had the 16-0 lead in the first quarter, led 19-13 at halftime, and they couldn't hold on. So we'll see what the Cavemen can do here today as we get ready for some football.
Exactly. We can see, obviously, Mishawaka Maroon, Penn in white and gold, but also the student sections. The Mishawaka student section is going with the theme white out, and it's just a sea of white over there. Same with Penn. They have a blackout, and it is just a sea of black. And it's really, really cool to see the schools coming out and supporting their teams like this.
Yeah, and it's going to be an exciting night. We're going to be doing the best we can here. Grant's going to be doing play-by-play. I'll be doing color. We're going to try to get everything right. We're going to miss some stuff, but we're hoping you're with us because it's a great learning experience for the students here of Mishawaka High School. Everything here tonight, except for me on air, is run by students. And actually tonight, of our 6 crew members, only one senior, and that's Cam Stokes on the field taking some pictures and video as we get underway.
That was Luke Cato for the Kingsmen, kicking it off to the Cavemen, and it is a touchback.
Huge kick there for a touchback. As some extracurriculars already, you'll see that a lot today, as there'll be some pushing and shoving, some other things going on as we get ready to go here with the Cavemen getting the ball. And Cavemen getting the ball means we get to see a lot of Landon Snyder.
Exactly. And we saw both the extracurriculars and a lot of Landon Snyder in that Marion game.
Yeah, Cavemen have got to stay away from the penalties. They got to make sure they're running the ball. They got to stay ahead of the sticks. They can't lose yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Exactly. As the Cavemen offense takes the field.
Looks like the ref's helping Caden O'Neill with his jersey a little bit as we get ready to go.
And it is Landon Snyder under, as we are waiting for that snap there. There's the first snap. It is a quarterback keeper, and he is surrounded by the Kingsmen, and it looks like that was a loss of yards right there.
Yeah, so right now, Cavemen can't afford to lose yards and early downs as they did there, so we'll see what they can do after that first play.
It is 2nd down, and the ball is on the Mishawaka 20.
Yeah, so they're going to say no gain there, but right now they've got to make sure they get out and get some positive yardage here on 2nd down.
Second snap of the game right here. It is a pitch over to number 5. He's running down the side, and he is tackled at the 22.
Yeah, it looks like they might give him 23, but it is not a lot as Tommy Hoover got that ball, got to the outside, and not much happening there for the Cavemen. So they are going to give him 2. You were right.
Exactly. Ball on the Mishawaka 22. It is 3rd down and 8.
And this is what you can't have, Mishawaka. When you're running this offense, you can't get no gains and then 2 yards because now you got 3rd and long and you got to make something happen.
Exactly. It is another quarterback keeper by number 10, Landon Snyder, and looks like he might have gotten 1 or 2 yards as we go down into the 4th down and 6. And, you know, we saw this against the Marion game. It was a 3-and-out on both sides.
Yeah, that is true. That's a good point. Yeah, the Cavemen didn't get off to the best start at Marion. They did pull away there in the middle part of the game, but right now they're going to go out and try to punt.
Yeah, and that is Max Hurt, number 31, is in the air, and it looks like it's a pretty short kick. It is...
Ooh, good bounce.
Yes, very good bounce, and it looks like it's probably going to reach close. It's on the 41-yard line for the Kingsmen.
So Max Hurt there with the punt. Didn't go very far, and no return. So Cavemen are going to have to try to do something on defense here, as that'll put Penn at the 41.
Yeah, and we're going to see the first of number 2, Landon Hall at quarterback for the Kingsmen, who had a great game against Valpo. A lot of passing yards there. So we're going to see if he continues that trend in this game.
Yeah, and they're going to run this shotgun spread offense, see what they do, as it looks like it's going to be a pass.
Snap to Landon Hall. It is a pass to number 24, and he is brought down to the ground just past the 50-yard line. That was
huge hit there.
Exactly. That was Brock Donay, the tight end for Penn. Penn is lining up for their second down and, first down and 10. They got the first down right there. And it is a handoff to number 2. It is a...
Yeah, it looks like it'd be 24, I think,
24,
on that run.
Yes.
So a good run there on first down, gets them out.
It was a gain of
6
5
yards,
there.
5 yards, yeah. So
gain of 5. It's
and Grant, that's what you really want on first down. That's what Mishawaka couldn't do on their drive, is they couldn't get anything going to start. And right now you got a good pass and then another good run puts you at 2nd and 5.
Exactly. It is 2nd and 5 on the 44-yard line for the Kingsmen as they are in Cavemen territory. And Landon Hall steps back and throws it to number 1, Brayson Hurley, as it is a first down for the Kingsmen.
Hurley's going to Miami of Ohio. We talked to James from Penn before the game. Buddy Hurley, a great player for this team, obviously a D1 football player, and that's a great pass and catch. But the Cavemen are going to have to get pressure on the quarterback if they're going to win today. Hall had all the time in the world back there in the backfield, so he's got to make sure, Mishawaka's got to make sure they get some pressure.
And we saw a lot of Brayson Hurley at the Valpo game with 126 yards for that game.
And we're going to make sure we get Buddy Hurley there.
Yeah, sorry about that. It is to number 16 on Penn and is run up the middle. And it looks like that was the ball's on the 19. It is 2nd down and 2 to go.
Yeah, another good run there as the Kingsmen are really moving down the field. Chase Buckwheat there gets the rush. And they're now got 2nd and short, and the Cavemen defense in trouble now as Penn gets inside the red zone.
Exactly, and you really want to avoid this early in the game with a scoring threat very imminent. His snap, and he steps back, and he is running, and number 2, Landon Hall, is eventually off the sidelines. And it is a first down for the Kingsmen. It is 1st and 10.
And right there, that was Hall. A lot of time in the backfield again. He didn't see anything open. Instead of making a bad pass, he decides, hey, I got an opening up the middle. Let me get a couple yards. I can get a first down, get out of bounds, and now it's 1st down and 10.
Exactly. He was able to just capitalize on the little bit of confusion there, and he just ran it right down the middle and got that first down.
So Cavemen defense going to have to come up big here in the red zone as it is 1st and 10 for Penn.
It is a handoff to number 16 right there, and it's a very small gain by Chase Buckwheat right there. And it is 2nd down.
They're going to say
it was a loss
yard, yeah.
of 1. So it was 2nd and 11 for the Kingsmen on the Cavemen 15, sorry.
So Cavemen defense came up big on that first play. Can they do it again? Penn has kind of methodically made their way down the field. They had the one big pass to Hurley there, and right now we're going to see what Penn can do now on the 2nd and long.
We've stayed a great mix of passes and runs as we go to another snap. It is a pass to number 12, and he is running. He is off the sidelines, but he is in
I don't know if he got a first down or not. It's going to be close, but that was a pass out to the side. We talked last week, Grant. I told you it was going to happen, and it happened right there. That was Landon Snyder defending that. He's out there on the defensive end.
Yeah.
As Penn gets close to another first down, 3rd and 2.
Yodi Limberopoulos, quite a name there, receiving for the Kingsmen. And it is a 3rd down, so they did not get that first down. It is 3rd and 2 on the 6. As they are lining up for another snap. Is a handoff to number 15, and he runs it into the end zone. It is 16, Chase Buckwheat with the first touchdown of the night for the Penn Kingsmen with 6:22 left in the first quarter. Penn capitalize and just get that touchdown right there with Chase Buckwheat.
Yeah, and just a great drive, a really good run there. He got that ball in the backfield. There was a defender there, and he just kind of ran to the outside, cut it back upfield, got into the end zone, puts Penn up 6-0 to start the game.
Exactly, as they come out to attempt the extra point. Number 10, Luke Cadotte.
Cadeau, I think is what we said.
Yeah. And it is good. The Kingsmen are up 7-0 in the first quarter here. And we're going to see you back on the Mishawaka Network. Welcome back to the Mishawaka Network.
Yeah, Grant, we just had a big drive there, 8 plays, 59 yards, and that touchdown. The key play in that drive was the big pass over the middle to Hurley as we are underway here still in the first quarter.
And it is caught by number 2, and he's running up the middle. Wow, that is a massive run right there.
We're going to get better with these. That's number 4, Amir Dean, who caught that as he got out there. He really wanted to run that thing in. He did.
He got to the 27-yard line.
Good return, but it was really the energy he brought to that. He was able to get up the field and get them a little bit better field position than last drive where they started at the 20. But the Cavemen are really going to need to move this ball down the field and give the defense a rest as the defense just gave up that touchdown.
Exactly. The Cavemen looking to have a score here as a comeback for the Kingsmen. Landon Snyder hands it off for a pretty big loss of yards right there.
Yeah, he's going to lose some yards as he forward progress. They're going to say loss of 1, it looks like, but this is, you can't afford to lose yards now as you're down 7-0 here at home.
Mishawaka in their second drive of the game. It is a quarterback keeper, Landon Snyder, running it up the middle for a few yards there.
Hey, Grant, we saw that as some of the players pushing and shoving, the ref pushing a player back from Mishawaka as he's talking. I'm not sure who that is. That looks like 55. Might be Coley Rosenberg.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. As the Cavemen, unique new twist this year. If you didn't watch or know last week, they are running some plays out of the shotgun, as you saw that there. They got that out from the shotgun as they will try it again.
And it is a pass to number 4, Amir Dean, and he is running it up the sideline, and he gets to the 20-yard line. However, it is a 4th down now.
Well, and for Amir Dean, that was pure athleticism. I mean, it looked like he was going to get tackled for a loss of yards, and he just made his way up the field, spun forward, and got a couple, but that's going to bring up another 4th down for the Cavemen.
Exactly, as the special teams take the field again for the second 3-and-out of the game for the
Cavemen have not gotten much going, only a few yards on both their first 2 drives, as they're going to punt this ball away.
It is in the air, and that is a kick. It is, it went past the sidelines.
Yeah, it went out of bounds. Max Hurd actually went down. There's no flag. Nobody's arguing about it, so maybe incidental contact there as that goes out of bounds. Quickly, Grant, you want to do a shout-out here today of one group of people.
Exactly, the cheerleaders. I personally know several people on that team, and I know that they have been working very hard throughout the summer, throughout the beginning of the school year here, and they are just, they are athletes. It is that is a sport right there, and they do a great job. They show up every Friday night, away games, home games, and it's really pretty cool what they do.
Yeah, really good job. They're a really big part of this as there's a play-action pass.
It is a fake handoff and is passed to number.
That's her early again.
Exactly, and that is a pretty big gain there for the Kingsmen. It looks like he got the first down for the Kingsmen.
Yeah, really good play there. That's just a play action, then kind of running a screen to the near side here, and he just turned that upfield, got into Mishawaka territory, and that's that Division I athleticism right there as he gets a big gain out to the 27-yard line.
Exactly. As you see with schools like this that are like Penn is a 6A school,
right.
And you just have a massive selection of people, and you get a lot of great athletes in there, just like this team. Yeah, the Kingsmen are doing great so far.
Absolutely.
It is a handoff to number 3, who is up the middle, and he is running. He is tripped by number 9 there on the Cavemen, and it looks like that was another first down for the Kingsmen as they are just marching down the field again.
Yeah, a really good run. He got up the middle, cut to the near side here, and was able to get another first down. That puts him all the way down at the looks like the 16-yard line.
Is 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line, and they're in the red zone, and they're threatening to score for the second time in this game. And Landon Hall's going back, and he's looking for somewhere to pass it, and he runs, and he is taking it, and he's up the sidelines, and he got to the 10-yard line. There's a flag on the field. We're going to see what that was right there.
Yeah, it's almost guaranteed to be a holding, I think. What happened there was Hall was trying to escape pressure, got to the outside, and the offensive lineman just grabbed onto the jersey. We'll see what the ref says as he turns towards us. There it is.
Exactly. It is holding on the Cavemen, on Penn. And, it's flags like these that are pretty easily avoidable, but you just can't avoid
and it's
these.
hard on those linemen when the quarterback scrambles, when he gets to the outside, because you don't know he's doing that. You're trying to pass block, and then all of a sudden he's running by you, and you hold on. But those are penalties right now the Cavemen need. They haven't been able to stop Penn so far on offense, so moving them back 10 yards is going to be huge here. See what the defense can do.
And they are on the Cavemen 26 as it is 1st down and 20 for the Kingsmen. That is a pass. He is looking for somewhere. He passes it to...
Yeah, I'm not sure who caught that. Looks like number 12.
Exactly. That is Yodi Limberopoulos again.
Yeah, and that was, again, all the time in the world back there for Landon Hall to throw that, and he threw a bullet right on the money for the big play. Not a first down, but for a big play. Gets them back close to the original line of scrimmage, maybe a little bit ahead of it.
Exactly. They're on the 14-yard line. It is 2nd and 7 for the Kingsmen.
Got a couple things here just to notice. Alex DeMig, one of the best defenders for the Cavemen over here on the trainers bench, talking to one of our athletic trainers, Hannah Hess. So that's a big loss if he cannot get back in the game.
It is quarterback keeper for Landon Hall. He is running, and he is into the end zone, and it is a second touchdown for the Kingsmen in this game. There's only a minute 41 left in the first quarter, and the Kingsmen already up by 2 touchdowns.
I mean, that's just an unbelievable run by Landon Hall. He took about 4 defenders with him into the end zone, and a great run puts him all the way in, and now the Kingsmen are in control and the Cavemen are in trouble.
Exactly. It's a position like this that the Cavemen are just it's pretty demoralizing. I
It
feel
can
like,
be,
for the team. Just to see Kingsmen just come out and just score 2 touchdowns
Well, and
in a row.
you come into this game with a big crowd. We can't see the whole crowd from up here, but we know it's big. You see the big Penn crowd across the way, and you're trying to hype them up, and going down 14-0 in the first quarter is the opposite of that. So you've got to – this is where your mental character comes into play, and this is where the coaching and the preparation and all this stuff comes into play to see if you can come back.
Exactly, and I know Kinder has worked with them a lot on that. As number 10 is lining up for the extra point here. It's in the air, and it is good. And the Kingsmen are up 14-0 with 1 minute and 41 seconds left in the first half. We'll see you back on the Mishawaka Network.
We're getting ready for kickoff here. You see on your screen the schedule for this Caveman football team. We're here tonight against Penn, but we're back home tomorrow, or next week with Plymouth. We go on the road for Warsaw, then we're back here for Northwood, then at Concord, and then we end up here for the last game at home against Northridge before going on the road for a couple games. So that's your schedule coming up. Lots of things to do, but Grant, we're ready for another kickoff, and hopefully the Cavemen get some offense going here in the first quarter.
Exactly, and Penn kicks it off. That is a very good kick right there, and it's going to be a touchback as the Cavemen receive it on the 20.
So right there, that's a touchback. They did that the first time. They saw Amir Dean return that last one and said, you know what, let's try to put it out of that end zone, get you out at the 20, as the Cavemen will take over there at the 20.
Exactly. That's a pretty smart move by the Kingsmen because we know how much Amir Dean likes to run.
Yes, we saw him in the scrimmage. In the scrimmage, they were just kicking it off, and they weren't actually running it, and he tried to keep going with that. So he didn't get a lot of chances last week either, but now the Cavemen down 2 touchdowns. They're going to have to make something happen and quickly. Exactly.
As the offense takes the field for the third time and hope for something other than 3 now, as it is a pitch to number 4, Amir Dean, and he is out of bounds at
it looks like he's going to get maybe 4 yards there, gets out to the 24, and that's one of the best plays the Cavemen have had on offense all day.
Exactly. And, we're just hoping for something other than a 3 and out right
Yeah, they really need it, right? Right now, Penn has been totally in control. Their offense has been methodic. They've gotten down the field. They've scored 2 touchdowns on 2 drives. Cavemen, 2 drives, no first downs.
Exactly. There's a flag on the field. It looks like a false start. Or, sorry, no.
Looks like it's going to be offsides on Penn, so that's big for the Cavemen.
Exactly, and they get a first down for that, right?
Not a first down unless they're going to be short, so it's going to be 2nd and 1.
Okay.
So the 5 yards doesn't quite get him to that first down, as that penalty will take them out 2nd and 1, excuse me.
And they are on the 29-yard line and primed for a first down right here. It's 2nd and 1.
Yeah, and that would be a huge morale boost for the Cavemen to get that first down. That was a penalty again. That's definitely a false start on the Cavemen.
Yeah, and they're gonna lose about as many yards as they gained.
They got 5, they give them back, and that's a huge penalty because you just had a chance to get a first down, like we said, and now you're moving backwards.
Exactly. It's about missed opportunities right there.
Right.
We could have got a first down,
Absolutely.
and it could have built momentum, but.
Yep.
Here it's another penalty that Kinder talked about that we just can't have these many penalties.
And the Cavemen are really trying to make something happen. There's going to be some official talk here. We're going to see what they're talking about. This is obviously a big rivalry. Lots going on here. The refs are talking, and they're going to split up. It looks like it was just a conversation. We're ready to roll here as he's going to blow the whistle. There it is.
Landon Snyder and the Caveman offense hoping for a first down right here. It is 2nd and 6. It is a quarterback keeper, and he runs it, and it looks like he got the first down there, and is the
It's going to be
first
close.
down.
I'm actually thinking that he's going to be short. They have him at the 29, but he got tripped up by the shoelace there, Grant. He could have been running for a long way. The last guy got him, and he almost was able to break through that. Look for the QB sneak here.
Exactly, and it is just right up the middle, and it looks like, yes, it is a first down for the Cavemen. That is a huge momentum booster for the
Absolutely.
Cavemen. You know, it gives them a little bit more morale, and it makes them feel good.
And the Cavemen might have to try some tricky stuff, maybe throw a little few more passes here, maybe some hook and ladder. They're going to have to get something going to get some big plays. Right now, this is a good first down, keeps the defense off the field, give them a little rest, and see what the Cavemen can do now here, 1st and 10 at the 32.
Exactly. Landon Snyder lining up for the snap, and he keeps it, and he runs it up the middle. Oh,
That was a fumble there. Landon Snyder goes up the middle. He took it up the middle. Penn clearly recovered that, so if it's on the ground, they're going to have the ball. No call yet. Yeah, they're going to say... Yeah, they're going to say fumble, so that's Landon Snyder's first fumble of the season there. He got a couple yards there, but couldn't get any more. That fumble went across the field there, and the Kingsmen will take over.
yeah, and we were just talking about morale, and I mean, talk
Yeah, that's
about
tough.
a downer right there.
Yeah, they just got a first down. The defense was trying to make
And-
something happen.
And Landon Snyder is back on the
Yeah, he's on
field
the
for
field again.
defense.
And really, it's just kind of a stunned crowd right now. The Kingsmen totally dominating, and they will take over with 20 seconds left in the quarter.
Kingsmen on another drive right here. He's stepping back for the pass. He throws it, and it is caught. Is it caught by number 0 for the Kingsmen? That is Mason Bernacki with Penn's 3rd touchdown of the game, and there's only 12 seconds left in the first quarter. Talk about momentum for the Kingsmen, you know, as they are celebrating and lining up for the extra point here.
Yeah, really, Grant, right there, that's the best play Penn's had all night. One of the best we've seen this season from them. That's a drop back. He's throwing that on the money. There's 2 defenders there, but they couldn't quite get to him, and a great catch in the end zone. And Penn just all over the Cavemen right now.
Exactly. It is up, and it is good. And the Kingsmen are up 21-0 with 12 seconds left in the quarter. We will see you back on the Mishawaka Network. Welcome back to the Mishawaka Network. Little shout out to Daniel Phillips, who just texted and said that he is watching the game from one announcer to another.
There you go. Yeah, Daniel was here doing announcing for 4 years here, one of our great Mishawaka Network employees. He might be on the Mount Rushmore of Mishawaka Network employees. We don't know.
Yeah,
But
I would
he
say
is-
so, yeah.
He's happy for you. He said, hey, it'll get easier, and I appreciate him tuning in here tonight as we get ready for the kickoff.
Number 10 lining up for another kickoff, and it is in the air. And that is another touchback, and you know, same strategy as before, just don't give it to him, Dean.
Yeah, they said, you know what, we're going to bomb this one. That one was more of a line drive kick, but it got into the end zone for a touchback, and the Cavemen, I mean, we said it even last drive, they've got to make something happen on this drive. Points obvious, as we've got probably one play left here in the first quarter, but right now the Cavemen have got to make something happen.
Exactly, and the Cavemen offense take the field again, with Landon Snyder just coming back on from being on defense.
Yeah, he's playing both ways right now. That's got to be exhausting, but he just fumbled that ball, so he's going to want to try to redeem himself as the Cavemen are about to get started, but now there's a timeout, and that timeout's going to be by the Penn Kingsmen. You don't see that a lot. There's not a lot of timeouts called right after kickoffs, but they didn't like something out there. And even with the big lead, Coach Reardon over there said, hey, we're going to take a timeout. We're going to get this together and try to hold on to this lead and extend it a little bit. So, Grant, right now we're here for football on Friday night. Our next broadcast will be Tuesday as the Mishawaka Cavemen volleyball team will be taking on the Warsaw Tigers in the Cave. So we're excited about that. And then next week we'll be back with some football action here from Steele Stadium. So it'll be an exciting week of sports next week on the Mishawaka Network. Make sure to tune in as we are putting together a good broadcast. We're working on a couple things. Tonight's gone on really well, I feel like. We're working on some things, though. We've got all new equipment we got last Friday. So we are excited to bring that to you here as we get underway.
Exactly, and I've been learning that new equipment this past week has been very interesting. Landon Snyder is another pass to number 7 on the Caveman offense. That's
going to be Ethan Flowers there with the catch. So a really good play by the Cavemen, and they really needed it.
Exactly. It's a first down they needed. They got on last drive, and it didn't end up going too well, but let's hope that this first down really motivates them and helps them charge down the field.
Yeah, so that's going to end the first quarter here, Grant, but a big play for the Cavemen. You heard the fans. They've been really concerned. Obviously, you really hasn't gone their way so far, but that big play is exciting. But we're going to have an exciting thing in the end zone to our right, so we're going to be checking it out. We've got a kick here for some money. $200 scholarship on the line here for 2 Mishawaka High School students. That'll be Sophia Roberts and Jace Pete over there in that end zone as we're going to try to show them kicking this ball here. There's Jace Pete. He's ready to go. You can always tell Jace, he's got that iconic red hair there as he's ready to go. He's kind of looking into the sun. He's looking, hey, pump up the crowd. And there you can see it. Good shot by Braden Wagner there. Here's the kick. It's up, and it's good. What a kick there by Jace Pete.
And that's $200 scholarship for them.
That's awesome. And that the big sponsorship there by Campbell Ford. So thanks to Campbell Ford for helping out our student athletes as Sophia Ford marks off her kick here as the teams are ready to go.
It is up. And
also good, 2 for 2. Let's go. Sign them up for the football team.
I think I saw that last year, and they didn't do great, but 2 for 2. That's
absolutely. We're ready to go.
All right. The Cavemen.
We know Karma Johnson, Daniel Phillips tried it. Neither of them were able to get it to go last year, but 2 in a row there, good, as we're back to action here to start the second quarter.
Landon Snyder lining up to take this snap under center. He pitches it to number 4, Amir Dean, who is looking for a window and is brought down at the 50-yard line.
Grant, we had a great view of that. I'm calling that a run. That's a backwards pass. So backwards pass is our run. So that's going to be a run by Amir Dean, and he gets a few yards there out to the 49 of the Penn Kingsmen. That's the first time Cavemen have gotten into Penn territory.
Exactly. And that's pretty major. It's they have momentum now after that first down, after that Amir Dean run.
Yeah, they needed something. They got that big 26-yard pass to Ethan Flowers, a good play there by the Cavemen to get 5 yards, but they're going to need to take some time off the clock, and they've got to score touchdowns here.
Exactly, 2nd and 5 for the Cavemen, is a handoff up the middle, and it looks like it might have been a loss of a yard or 2.
They're going to give him 1, it looks like. So that was Caden O'Neill up the middle. Yeah, they're going to give him 1 yard out to the 48 maybe.
Yeah, and I'm glad to see him out in the field after
last week he got hurt.
Injury. Yeah. It is 3rd and 4 on the Kingsmen 48 as the Cavemen are looking for a response to those touchdowns. Snyder with a keeper and a small gain there.
Yeah, but that's going to bring up 4th down and 3. It looks like 1 yard on the play. And we'll see what the Cavemen decide to do. I don't think there's any way with 4th and 4 that you kick this. I think they're going to try to go for it. It's just a question of what they're going to do. Right now, the up the middle stuff is not quite working. They're not quite getting those fullback dives, quarterback runs going, so we'll see if they get something to the outside.
And there's quite a bit of commotion in the stands right now as the cheerleaders are throwing out T-shirts into the crowd, and the crowd is just loving it.
Yep, absolutely.
Lance Snyder, he is looking for someone to pass it to. He passes it to number 4, Amir Dean, and he is brought down, and it looks...
He's going to be short.
Yeah, it was short. It's a turnover on down for the Cavemen as the Kingsmen are receiving it again.
Yeah, so he didn't even get 2 yards there, and that's going to be, like you said, Grant, a turnover on downs, and that's not what the Cavemen needed. And right now, the Cavemen defense is going to have to step up. They have struggled tonight. They've given up 3 straight touchdown drives. Last one was just 1 play, and so they just haven't got it going so far.
Exactly. The Cavemen, great defense. It's just, it's like we said before, it's pretty demoralizing. But they've been doing a great job just coming back and doing the best that they can.
Hey, he's got to go that way. He's got to go that way. Sorry.
Kingsmen looking to score again, as it is a handoff to number 3, and that is Cohen Wysong for the Kingsmen.
And that's a really good 4-yard gain on first down. So that's going to make it 2nd and 6 as he gets out almost to midfield.
2nd and 6 on the 49-yard line. Landon Hall looking for the pass, and he gives it to number 0, Mason Bernacki, who has had a great game here so far.
Yeah, he had that big touchdown catch right there. He got that out on that out route. And I told you this week, Grant, those out routes are one of the hardest passes to throw. It's so hard to throw out routes, and Landon Hall's doing it with ease as they get another first down into Mishawaka territory.
Exactly, and they're looking to build on that momentum. And
they really, it's been all Kingsmen here tonight, right? So far, 21-0. The defense have gotten big stops, got a turnover, and now they are driving again.
It's a handoff to number 3. That is Cohen Wysong for a gain of a couple yards there.
Yeah, that was one of the better defensive plays by the Cavemen. Only 2 yards on that play. A good tackle in open space there as the Cavemen get them into a 2nd and 8.
2nd and 8 on the Cavemen 36. And they're threatening to score again. They're marching down the field.
Yeah, they're already in Mishawaka territory. Cavemen need stops. They can't give up more points, and right now it's not looking promising as the Kingsmen have been able to throw the ball and run the ball on the Cape.
Landon Hall dropping back for the pass again, and he throws it to number 16, Chase Buckwheat, sorry.
And that's just a great play in open field by Buckwheat. He caught the ball short of the first down, made a couple moves, got a bunch of yards after the catch, and gets out there for a first down. That's going to get him inside the red zone again to the 19.
The Cavemen defense looking to stop the Kingsmen from getting their 4th touchdown of the night.
Yeah, and the Kingsmen have done nothing but score touchdowns on their drive. This is their 4th drive of the game. They've scored on their previous 3.
Landon Hall dropping back for a pass, and there is a flag on the ground.
That's going to be a false start on the Kingsmen. 5-yard penalty there for Penn as they had too many guys in motion there. But what they were trying to do is fake the swing over to this side. So they're faking the swing pass and then throw kind of a tunnel screen pass to the far side to Hurley, but that play got stopped because of the penalty.
And that is a loss of 5 yards there. First and 15 on the 24-yard line.
And if you're Penn, you don't want those penalties, but even the holding penalty, that false start penalty, that hasn't stopped them so far. So we'll see what they do on second down. And Landon Hall's been magnificent tonight.
And Caveman looking for all the penalties they can get. Landon Hall is a pass. It looks like it was incomplete. Although it was very close to another touchdown there.
And that was the first time all night that they've gotten big pressure on Landon Hall. But they brought a linebacker blitz from the top side. They got home, hit the quarterback as he threw it, and he threw it into coverage, and it was out of bounds, incomplete.
And consequentially, I think it was the first incomplete pass that they've had so far.
It might be. You might be right.
Yeah, first or second.
Yeah, I've got him 8 of 9, so that would be the first incomplete pass here of the game.
Is a handoff to number 16.
Yeah, that's Buckwheat again, and he's going to get the first down and more.
Exactly, as they are going to be first and goal.
There's a flag on the far side by the 10. I wonder what that is. That looks like maybe a face mask area. We'll see. It looks like Penn might be getting called for something. We'll see what happens.
And they're hoping to avoid.
They're going to call holding.
Holding on the Kingsmen. That is a loss of another.
That's going to be a 10-yard penalty, but it's from where the hold was. That hold looked like it was about the 10-yard line. I think that's going to be a repeat second down. So that was a good run. Got out to about the 7-yard line, but that penalty is going to move them back.
And they are 2nd and 10 on the 19-yard line. Still inside the red zone, though. Still very threatening to the Cavemen.
And that was the play they were trying to run up earlier, that screen up to Hurley, and he's moving.
Yeah, it looks he got the first down there for the Kingsmen as they are first and goal.
And even after those penalties, Penn's still getting first downs as that pass was to Hurley, got out on the sidelines and was able to get yardage, making it first and goal at the 7.
Yeah, and these Kingsmen have been pretty unstoppable
Absolutely.
so far. And, yeah, it looks like there is a handoff to number 24 and is in the end zone. That is Tate Clark for his first touchdown of the night.
A really good run, a great handoff, great blocking, and right now Cavemen have no answers as they are struggling to score or get stops and score on the other end.
Exactly, and the special teams for the Kingsmen coming out for the 4th time to kick this.
Yeah, and what's so stark and surprising about this is not that Penn's done this well. We talked about how good they were. Coach Kinder talked about how good they were. But right now you've had 3 different rushers for Penn score touchdowns, and then you have the 9 of 10 passing, 152, 1 touchdown by Landon Hall. They're kind of doing it all as that kicks up and good.
And the kicker goes 4 for 4 on those extra points as it is 28-0 with 7 minutes and 50 seconds left in the half. We will see you back on the Mishawaka Network. Welcome back to the Mishawaka Network. Kingsmen kicking off to the Cavemen. And after that, really great touchdown by Tate Clark. And it is in the air, and it looks like it's another touchback for the Kingsmen.
Yeah, so Cavemen going to start at the 20 again. we'll see there's some pushing and shoving after the whistles. The refs telling some of the Penn players to, knock it off a little bit. We did talk to some Penn people on the sideline. We talked to James, one of the announcers for Penn, and he said, hey, the defense is young, but they're very talented, and we've seen that here tonight. They have been getting after the Cavemen. They haven't let this option offense get going at all, and right now the Cavemen are going to have to do something. Down 28-0. Worst part about it, Grant, Cavemen got the ball to start the game, so that means out of halftime, Penn's going to get the ball.
Exactly, and it's not looking particularly great for the Cavemen
Correct.
right now. And Snyder gets the snap. It is a handoff, and it looks like to number 2, Caden O'Neal, for a couple yards.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to give him 1. That's 2nd and 9, and right now 1-yard runs on first down are not going to get it done for the Cavemen. They're going to have to get some chunk plays.
Exactly. Landon Snyder lining up under center again. It is a handoff to, it was a handoff to number 5, who's running down the sidelines, and he is tackled at the 50-yard line. It looks like that was an amazing first down and much more by Tommy Hoover there. Great play overall.
Yeah, that gets Mishawaka into Penn territory. They haven't been there a lot today. Just one drive has gotten there, and they did not get very far into it. And so that's going to be putting them at the 48, and this is exactly what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, and that gives them a lot of momentum here as Landon Snyder's getting the snap again under center. It is a handoff to number 2, Caden O'Neal, and it looks like
I don't think they gave that to O'Neal. They tricked you with that one, Grant. It was going to be Landon Snyder. He faked it to O'Neal, took it right up the middle, and he got a gain of, looks like maybe 5 there, so a good run by Landon Snyder as he gets out to the 44 or 43.
Yep, it is 2nd and
Don't worry, Grant. That will not be the
5.
last time that we get faked out by play action.
Yeah, listen, I get faked out even on broadcast. It is a pass, another one, and it is incomplete. However, the crowd isn't too happy
They
about
are not.
that.
That was an incomplete pass, but it looked like they could have got called for something. That was going to be number 19, Liam Summers, going out for that pass, and it looked like the Penn player might have had an arm on him, didn't let him get back to the ball, but not a bad pass, not a bad play, as it makes it 3rd and 5. It's a pretty good play if they just get a little bit closer. I think if that ball is thrown a little bit closer to Summers, I think they do get that penalty call.
Exactly, and it looked like maybe Landon Snyder wasn't quite expecting to pass it there. A little bit of confusion
Well,
there.
passing is hard. That was clearly the play call, though.
That is another keeper, but there is a flag on the ground. It looks like it's a false start for the Cavemen. Loss of 5 yards. And
it's absolutely what you can't do, right? You cannot, on 3rd and 5, get a false start when you're in 4-down territory. That play looked like you might have been able to get 2-3 yards, a little bit easier on the 4th down call, but now you're back to 3rd and 10.
Exactly, and I talked to Kinder about that, and he said, yeah, those penalties are just kind of what kills you. It might seem a little bit insignificant, but those really, really add up and can lose you that drive.
Now they're back in the shotgun.
It is another keeper for Landon Snyder. He runs it up the middle, little to no gain.
Yeah, this is going to say no gain, and now it's 4th and 10. And what do you do if you're the Cavemen? You're down 28-0. It's your arch rival. There's 5:40 left. I don't see them punting here.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like the offense is staying on the field as they're going to attempt this 4th and 10.
And they're going to get back into the shotgun look, and I'd almost guarantee a pass here. No, it's going to be a punt by Snyder, and he gets drilled, and there's going to be a penalty.
And there are multiple flags on the ground.
And Snyder's hurt.
That's not very good.
Well, I think that's going to keep the ball with the Cavemen because I think they're going to say roughing, yeah.
I mean, that was a pretty smart play, though.
Well, I think the refs are going to talk about it. I think they were calling roughing the kicker. I don't know that you can call roughing the kicker when they're lined up in a regular formation. You know, they weren't lined up in punt formation. They're talking to Coach Reardon over there. I think you call roughing the passer, honestly. Like, he's the quarterback. No matter what the call is, they're going to call roughing the kicker, but I really think that play there was just kind of a personal foul. That was an unnecessary hit there. So I think the refs are going to march this one off 15 yards.
Exactly.
And now you got some jaw in there by some players. Caden O'Neal talking to some of the...
Yeah, and his teammates telling him not to do that.
Well, and now the ref's telling them to not do that, too. I see the one ref yelling at the Penn players saying, hey, we're going to need to chill, get it together a little bit as they're going to mark off this personal foul. Coley Rosenberg gives a high five.
Yeah, and emotions and temper is running pretty high after that penalty there.
And now the ref's coming over to have another chat.
There seems to just be a lot of confusion, especially with the players.
Yeah, so the Cavemen are going to kind of go off. We're going to see what's going on here. Definitely, I think they're going to keep the flag. Even if it's not roughing the kicker, which I don't think it is, right? When you're lined up as a quarterback, you can get hit. But I think he kicked it and got hit very hard. And I think those are those things you want to keep out of the play here. So we did confirm here with there's some IHSA people up here with the officials. They did call roughing the kicker. They are going to mark that off. And I think whether you think it's roughing the kicker or not, Grant, I think it's definitely a personal foul. Either way, it'd be 15 yards and a first down.
Exactly. That's what the Cavemen needed. That's it puts them at the 33-yard line.
Yeah, they definitely needed that. So that personal foul puts them at the 33. This is the farthest they've been into Penn territory, and the Cavemen need points, and they need them badly.
Exactly. Yeah, there's only 5 minutes and 12 seconds left in the half, and Penn is receiving after the half. So,
right.
Yeah, they really need to get this. It is a handoff to Caden O'Neal, and, again, little to no gain.
Yeah, not much happening there. Caden O'Neal was part of that group, kind of jawing at each other, so I'm sure the Penn team likes that tackle as they get 1 yard on that play.
It is 2nd and 9 for the Cavemen.
We also, when you talked to Coach Kinder, he said, yes, this is a big game. It's obviously a big rival, but it's not part of your conference schedule, and it's not the playoffs. So no matter how this games go, you want to try to do well, of course, but you still have chances at what you want.
And that was another quarterback keeper by Landon Snyder. And, yeah, he did get some yards on that play.
Yeah, and there's somebody hurt right now, or maybe some equipment. They get him out to the 29, it looks like, brings up 3rd down.
And it is
like Caden O'Neal.
It's Caden O'Neal coming off the field.
And this is the injury we saw last week, limping off the field. And I saw him yesterday at practice. He was limping then too, so we'll see what they do here. As it looks like they're maybe doing some cramps, but he was hurt. I mean, he gets beat up in there, right? That's kind of his role as the fullback. So
yeah, I mean,
that'll bring in Ethan Flowers at fullback.
Yeah, I mean, he gets those yards, but I mean, at what cost?
Right. And he hasn't got those yards tonight.
Or against Marion. He
had 60 yards against Marion tonight. He's got 5 carries, only 2 yards.
Yeah, he only averaged 5 yards per run against Marion. Then Snyder under center again. He passes it to he hands it off to Amir Dean, who got the first down
barely
for the Cavemen, just barely. And yeah, they have that momentum. They're looking to march down the field.
Yeah, right there, that was a great run by Amir Dean. That was kind of that misdirection handoff. You thought it was coming towards the near side, and then Amir Dean takes the handoff to the far side. Got the first down, but right now, hurt on the play is number 64, That is Jaden McGill. He wants to stay in the game, but he has to go off because the ref said so.
You know, always follow the ref. That's a pretty good rule right there. The athletic trainers accompanying him off the field.
So 1st and 10 here for the Cavemen. It says 4th and 6 on the board. I'm not sure why that is.
But it's 1st and 10 on
There
the
we go.
Penn 23. Landon Snyder under center.
Well, and they're taking their time. Clock is stopped because they went out of bounds.
Oh, and it is number 7 for the Cavemen who get their first touchdown. Ethan Flowers with that touchdown that, you know, the Cavemen just really needed right there.
They needed it. You hear the fans kind of breathing a sigh of relief. You hear the cheering, and that was such a great play by Ethan Flowers. He took that handoff, and he just took off up the field to the point where he beat all the defense. They didn't realize he was past them, and he takes it in for the Mishawaka touchdown.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I didn't know he was
That's
past.
right.
All of a sudden, he was open field, and, you know, there was a touchdown.
Right now, the play clock has not started. They're missing alignment, and there he comes as the Cavemen are getting ready for the extra point.
Number 62 running back on the field, and Cavemen lining up for the extra point, and it is good. It is 28-7 with 3 minutes and 54 seconds left in the half. We will see you back on the Mishawaka Network. Welcome back to the Mishawaka Network. Cavemen kicking off after that Ethan Flowers. It is an onside kick, and the Penn Kingsmen just land right on top of it.
Yeah, and that's a good gamble for the Cavemen, right? You're down 21 points. Your arch rival, they've been doing anything they want on offense, so you might as well try it. They didn't quite get it, but that will be Penn ball at the 50.
Really great field position here for the Kingsmen as they are looking at their 5th drive and hopefully their 5th touchdown.
Yeah, for them, they had 8 plays, 59 yards and a touchdown, 4 plays, 51 yards and a touchdown. They had 1 play, 38-yard. That was that big pass there. And then 8 plays, 54 yards. So balanced attack. They've done great here this game in pretty much every phase. And the Cavemen need a stop, a turnover, something. They need it quickly.
Exactly. And the Cavemen defense have really been doing their best here against this Penn offense as Landon Hall gives it to number 24 who goes out of bounds. That was Tate Clark who got the last touchdown for the Kingsmen.
Yeah, really good pass. That's just a swing pass. That's an easy play. If you get the blockers out there in front, you're able to make stuff happen. And right now, Penn gets 8 yards on first down. That's what they wanted.
And, you know, we've been seeing a really big variety of plays. We've seen quarterback keepers. We've seen long passes. We've seen little pitches. We've seen run down the middle. You know, it's pretty unpredictable. And, Landon Hall passes it back to Tate Clark, and he gets the first down and is on the 35-yard line.
Yeah, really good play there. The blitz was on, and they were coming after Hall, and he got the ball out just in time. Good catch by Clark. He got the outside and gets to the 35.
Exactly. Great play by the Kingsmen. Tate Clark with another big play there. And Hall lining up in shotgun formation right there. And Hall gets the snap and passes it to Hurley, and is out of bounds, and some extracurriculars there, some pushing, some shoving. But it was good for the first down for the Kingsmen. It is 1st and 10 on the Mishawaka.
Looks like the 16.
Yeah, yeah. And you called it, it was on the Mishawaka 16. Great field position there for the Kingsmen as they are in the red zone yet again. Landon Hall hands it off. And
yeah, that looks like Buckwheat there.
Yes, Buckwheat runs it down the middle for a gain of 5 or so.
Yeah, it looks like maybe 4, but even a gain of 4 seems like a success for Penn right now. Like, they're just all over it right now, Mishawaka not able to get stops. And right now, Penn 2:30 and counting here in the second quarter, trying to get on the board one more time before halftime.
Exactly, and remember, they are going to be receiving it after the half, so they don't have to worry too much. It looks like there's a timeout for the Cavemen.
Yeah. So that's going to be the Cavemen's first timeout, and right now it's just about kind of morale, right? You're down 3 scores, but right now it's Coach Kinder saying, hey, let's call this timeout. Let's try to get a stop. Your defense has been just really bludgeoned all night. The passing game has really hurt them. Some big key runs have hurt them. And right now it's all Penn on offense, the Cavemen defense. Right now, Penn has 11 rushes, 64 yards. They've also got 12 completions for 186 yards. They're 12 of 13 on the game passing. And even with Penn's penalty problems, they've had 5 penalties, 47 yards. They've still been able to kind of dominate on the offensive end. Cavemen just haven't got much going until that last drive. Really, the only big play they've had is that Ethan Flowers run. Tommy Hoover had a nice run in the game as well. But right now it's been all Kingsmen, and they're going to try to score here again as they're inside the Caveman red zone.
Exactly. So far they've been 4 for 4 for getting touchdowns on their drives, and they're on their 5th drive, and they're looking to get their 5th touchdown of the night. Then Hall in shotgun passes it off to number 1, and he is running. It looks like he got the touchdown. It is a 5th touchdown for the Kingsmen. That was Buddy Hurley.
And right there, that's just a swing pass. You get to the outside, and that's just talent right there. You catch that ball, you run away from a defender, you run through another one, and you get in the end zone for a score, 34-7.
And it's really ideal for the Kingsmen, scoring right before the half and then getting it back.
Right.
Yes, their special teams is back on, looking to get this extra point. It is up and it is good, and this kicker has gone 5 for 5. It looks like that was Luke Cat. Apologize if I say this wrong. Luke Cato. We will see you back on the network. Oh wait, I'm sorry. We're staying here as the Penn are kicking off to the Cavemen right before the end of that half. There's only 2 minutes and 16 seconds left in this half. and Cavemen really hoping for a score.
They still have 2 timeouts, though, Grant, so they've got time and timeout, so we'll see what they do. What would be really helpful is they could get a return. If the Penn Kingsmen don't boot this through the end zone again, if they can get a return, that would be a huge, huge boost for the Cavemen before halftime.
And we see number 4, Amir Dean, and number 6.
It's actually number 5.
Sorry, number 5, Tommy Hoover. Both of our halfbacks there in the end zone, hoping to get to return it. Sorry.
They might have a chance here. They do.
Amir Dean grabs it and is running down the middle and gets brought down at around the 20-yard line.
Yeah, he got moving there, but got hit real hard there in the middle of the field, and the Cavemen will take over now, trying to make something happen from the 22-yard line.
Exactly. As the Cavemen offense take the field again, and Landon Snyder, we've been seeing him play both offense and defense. You know, he must be pretty tired. He's been looking great, though.
Yeah, I mean, last week he was unbelievable. This week he's got the fumble. He hasn't had the yardage. And right now it's been kind of a disappointing night for the Cavemen as a whole. We'll see what they can do here with 2:10 left in the second quarter.
Exactly. Landon Snyder under center, looking to kick off this drive with a big play. Is a quarterback keeper and looks like no gain on that play.
Yeah, I mean, not much happening. They give him 2 yards, but really nothing going on for Snyder there. I mean, this defense has been all over this offense here as the Kingsmen have dominated in pretty much every facet of the game.
Exactly. I mean, it's been looking kind of like a Penn show right now.
Absolutely.
As it is 35-7. Ben Snyder drops back for the pass, and it is incomplete. Looks like the intended target there was number 4, Amir Dean, who couldn't quite reach it. However, he did have 1 or 2 defenders covering pretty tightly.
Snyder took that snap, dropped it just a little bit, fumbled it, and then threw it out there and just couldn't quite get it to Amir Dean. Not a terrible pass. It wasn't intercepted, right? But couldn't quite get the completion. Just a quick note, it does look like Caden O'Neill back in the game at fullback, so that's a good sign for the Cavemen.
Exactly. After he exited the Marion game, he didn't come back, so it's really good to see him back in the field. Landon Snyder pitches it to number 4, Amir Dean, and he gets the first down, and that's pretty major for the Cavemen. You know, they haven't had many.
There is only a minute 19 left, so it's a little bit of a challenge, but they do get the first down, and maybe they try to run a hurry-up offense here as they're out at the 34.
There's only a minute 19 left in the half, and they are looking to score.
But they're going to have to move fast. That clock is ticking.
Exactly. It is a handoff down the middle. It looks like maybe a gain of 3 or 4 yards there.
Yeah, good run by O'Neill. He took that handoff, got up the middle. He's actually, it's going to be about 5 yards out to the 39-yard line. So, 5 yards on that carry. But if they're going to score, they got to move. They're not in any hurry. And right now the Cavemen coaches are looking on the sideline who's supposed to be in the game, and the clock's now down to 35, 34, and counting.
Exactly, yeah, there's some confusion on some substitution there. But they're lining back up. Only 25 seconds left in this half. It is a quarterback keeper, and he gets the first down.
Yeah, really good elusive run there. Didn't get a ton of yards, but he got the first down. He's out to the 46-yard line. That's going to be a Caveman timeout.
With 18 seconds left in this half.
So the Cavemen call a timeout here. We're going to stay here, Grant. We're going to talk a little bit about what's going on here at Mishawaka High School. You were here. You got here after you did some work. What were you doing after school today, Grant?
I had a rehearsal for our fall play, Anne of Green Gables. Really, really loved this play. I grew up watching the movie, and I love it. I was very, very excited when they announced it.
Yeah.
I'm very honored to be part of it.
Then if you're listening to Pulse FM at all, they're going to have halftime report with Mr. Caleb Chamberlain. He's actually up here getting ready for a halftime show of the dance and band, which you will see live on our stream here. But we got the play, obviously, coming up in October, and you're a part of that, which is great. Are other people working tonight part of that?
Yes, Autumn is in the play, and she's actually one of my schoolmates in the play, and we have a lot of fun.
That'll be exciting. Then in the spring, we got the musical, which is going to be Hello, Dolly, so that'll be fun.
Yes, I'm very excited about that. Again, Landon Snyder hands it off to number 4, Amir Dean, and he is wide open. He is running down the sideline, and he chooses to run it out of bounds near the 20-yard line. Great play there by Amir Dean. Really got a lot of yardage, and that is exactly what the Cavemen needed with only 11 seconds left in this half.
That was that shotgun handoff there, so a great run by Amir Dean, and a really good job getting out of bounds, stopping the clock, 11 seconds left. So a really good job there trying to get the Cavemen points before the end of the half.
Exactly. He got plenty of yardage, but then just made sure to stop the clock, let them get time to recuperate.
The Cavemen still have one timeout, too.
Exactly. So it looks like we might have one or two more plays here. Landon Snyder is looking to pass it or run it. He passes it. It is knocked out of the air. So that does count as an incomplete pass, which means it does stop the clock.
Well, and the big problem now is there's a flag, and this might be a legal man downfield. That was a big rollout by Landon Snyder, and the Caveman offensive line doesn't pass block very much. So there's 2 flags. Yeah, they're going to say illegal man downfield.
Exactly. There's only 5 seconds left in the half, so it looks like this might be the last play for the Cavemen in this half.
Well, 5 seconds. I wouldn't be surprised, Hail Mary. I don't think they're going to go out there and try a 37-yard or 47-yard field goal. So Snyder's in shotgun. I would be looking for a pass going towards the end zone.
Exactly, and he has had some success with passes. Exactly, he's looking for a pass. It is in the air, and it is incomplete. Looks like the intended target was number 3 there.
Incomplete. Cavemen will go to halftime trailing 35-7. Penn Kingsman putting on a show here tonight. We're going to get you over to some dance and band action here, and then Grant and I'll come back with some stats to get ready for the second half here on the Mishawaka Network.
Mishawaka dance team.
Welcome back to the Mishawaka Network. I am Grant Metzger, and I'm going to talk about the Marion game. The final score was Mishawaka 40, Marion 14. Great game overall. However, like I did mention before, there were 3 and outs on both sides to start, and we have seen several of those from Mishawaka in this game. And, it has been going great for them. And, it kind of shows you, like, you can start rough, but hopefully you can come back and win. Although, Cayman are going to have a rough time here. Marion did have a lot of dropped balls on offense. It would just be a handoff, and it would just be a fumble. It wouldn't be on purpose. It would just slide out of their hands, and that ended up happening actually quite a few times. And Cayman were able to capitalize on that, and
that has not happened to Penn.
And Penn has not had that trouble. But it does show that Cayman, when the opportunity does arise, they can capitalize on other teams' mistakes.
This is way better. I was using the wrong headset, Grant. Holy cow. I was like, I can't hear anything you're saying. Quickly, let's go through some stats. We've got a little bit of time as they're getting ready here. Cavemen, it's so chaotic out here. I went downstairs. The Cavemen football team couldn't even get to their locker room. They had to go inside the building. So lots of people here. But let's start with, do you want to start with Penn or Mishawaka stats, Grant?
Sorry, what?
You want to start with Penn or Mishawaka stats?
Let's start with Mishawaka, home team first.
Mishawaka, 9 first downs on the game, 25 rushes, 151 yards, 3 for 6 through the air for 29 yards passing. They've lost 1 fumble, 3 penalties on the game, 3 for 8 on third downs, 1 for 2 on fourth downs. As we go over to Penn, Penn has 15 first downs, 11 rushes, 46 yards. They have completed 13 of 14 passes for 198 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, no fumbles, 1 for 1 on third downs, 0 for 0 on fourth downs. They have converted every time.
Yeah, and that 198 passing yards kind of stands out because during against the Valpo game, they got 314 passing yards. And so, they are on their way to get there. They're halfway there. And
they are.
It is looking good for them.
Yeah, and right now, just a couple things to note. Landon Hall, 13 of 14 on the game, 198 yards, 2 touchdowns for the game. And then receiving, you had kind of everybody kind of all over the place, but 6 catches, 94 yards for Hurley. He's the big go-to guy there. And then 2 catches for Bernacki there, 46 yards and a touchdown. So a big game. Just of note, I just watched the Caveman team come out. Looks like Alex DeMaigd is out of this game. He does not have his jersey on. He's got his shoulder kind of strapped up there. So we'll see what that's all about in this week when we talk to Coach Kinder before their game next Friday against Plymouth in their first NLC game of the season.
Exactly. And just a reminder that there will not be a Mishawaka Network broadcast of that game. However, you are...
No, there will be.
Oh.
It just won't be you and I, Grant.
Okay,
so we'll
be
doing the game. I'll just be doing double duty. So I'll be announcing the game on the radio with Coach Mike Bresky, former girls basketball coach. He and I will be doing the radio, which we're actually going to pull that audio into our stream. So it'll be a dual stream between Pulse FM and the Mishawaka Network here from Steel Stadium next Friday. There's still 1:22 left on the clock. I wonder if they get this going. We've got a lot going on here at Mishawaka High School. I set my phone down somewhere and it is gone. There it is. As I'm going to try to look up some scores for you. Lots of stuff going around the Michiana area here on a Friday night of football.
Exactly, and we saw against that Valpo game, again, Hurley was a massive, massive asset to them with only 4 receptions, but 126 yards, which is an average of 32 yards per reception, which is pretty crazy. And number 6, Ethan Horner, I believe, on the other hand, got 4 receptions and 112 yards, averaging at 28.
So a great first half by the Penn Kingsmen, not cannot say the same for the Mishawaka Cavemen, as they have struggled here this evening.
Exactly. Yeah, they're down 35-7, and Penn is receiving this this half. And they are getting ready for kickoff. It's in the air. The second half has officially begun. It bounces and then is picked up and run down the middle. It looks like he got almost to the 40-yard line.
And the Cavemen are going to try to come out with some energy here. They stopped him short of the 40, but a good starting field position here for the Penn Kingsmen.
Yeah, it looks like they were down on the 38-yard line.
Couple quick scores here. Northwood up on New Prairie 30-0. That's close to halftime there. So Northwood up big on New Prairie. North Ridge up on a really good Columbia City team, 14-13 at the half. So two big scores there in NLC play. We'll try to bring you a few more here in the second half.
The Kingsmen offense lining up again. Lindenhall drops back and passes it to a Kingsman who drops it. And
he's,
incomplete.
You could not be more wide open. That was the number 25. Grant, you're going to get these numbers right, remember?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I did not see who it was. He was facing just the wrong angle.
So that was number 25, Brock Donne there, who could not catch it. I thought he caught it, but he did not. I mean, he was wide open. I mean, if he catches that, he's running. He gets easily 10, 20, if not more.
Yeah, and we have seen Brock Donne a couple times here. Is a fake handoff. Brock Donne gets the first down for the Kingsmen, and looks like he's at the 47-yard line.
Yeah, great passing catch. That's just that. That ball fake really, what that does, that play action, that ball fake to the running back really freezes the defense, and you saw it there. Brock Donne just goes right over the middle. Easy pass, easy catch, easy first down.
Exactly. Kingsmen getting it done here. There's a handoff to number 24 who runs it down the sidelines, and he trips and falls at the 24-yard line. That was Tate Clark again, I believe.
Yeah, it was. That was another good run. Got out another. I mean, this has just been, play after play. They got 25 yards on the first play, or 15 yards, on that pass to Donne, 21 yards there, and they're just moving the ball down the field again, right into the Caveman territory, and the Cavemen have no answers.
Exactly. Yeah, they're very high in momentum right now. Just first down, one after another. Hall drops back for the pass, shoots it to number 1, and it is a complete pass. They get the first down, but isn't able to get many more yards there.
He didn't get many, but he broke a lot of tackles there. It took a lot of Cavemen to get there and get that, as Buddy Hurley there gets that down to the 11.
Great job by Buddy Hurley there. It is now 1st and 10 on the Cavemen 11. The Kingsmen in the red zone again, looking to score for the 6th time this night.
And they just haven't been stopped.
It is a handoff to number 10, who runs it into the end zone for the 6th Kingsmen touchdown. That is Chase Buckwheat with another touchdown. Great job there by the Kingsmen, who have now scored on all 6 of their drives.
And that drive was just, that's just precision by this Penn offense right now. 15 yards on the first completion, 21 yards, 15 more yards, and then that 11-yard touchdown run gets them in the end zone again, 42-7. If he makes this extra point, which would introduce a running clock, which we have not seen very often against the Mishawaka Cavemen.
Exactly. We did have a running clock against Marion last week. The Kingsman kicker, and it is good. It is now 42-7 here in Steel Stadium. We will see you back on the Mishawaka Network. Welcome back to the Mishawaka Network. I'm Grant Metzger. Matt Rendell right here next to me. You said you have some updates
Couple
for us.
updates in NLC play. Goshen up 51-0 against Washington. Washington having a tough year. They don't.
Exactly, that Goshen game is very reminiscent of the Mishawaka Goshen game last season.
In the opposite fashion.
Yeah, exactly. We won 59-0,
Yep.
and that looks like they're having fun against Washington right now. As the Kingsmen are kicking it off to the Cavemen. It's in the air, and it bounces. It is picked up, and he runs it down the middle. He's looking for a window, and he could not find one, but there is a flag
Yeah, that
on the
flag
play.
came flying in from the judge in the back, so we'll see what they call. I think it's on Mishawaka. I think they're going to call holding here. It's going to send the Cavemen back. You're going to see a lot of backups. The clock is running. So we got a running clock right now.
And this is pretty valuable time for the Cavemen.
Absolutely.
You know, they need every second that they can to try and score and try to win this game.
Well, they still haven't marked anything off. I'm not sure what's happening. There we go. So they do move it backwards. It was at the 27. They're going to move that backwards 10 yards, it looks like, to the 17.
The Cavemen 1st and 10 here on their own 17. And there's another flag on the play.
That's going to be offsides on the Penn Kingsmen.
Which, after that penalty, Cavemen pretty much, they needed that.
So that's going to bring up 1st and 5 now as they get back out to the 22. So they gave some away, they get some back, and we'll see what they can do out of this play here as the Kingsmen run on an extra defender at the last second. This is Caden O'Neill, but he's got the ball on the ground.
It is a fumble, and a Penn Kingsman lands on top of it, but there is a flag on the play. It looks like it was thrown before the fumble, though.
Well, I don't know. It came in flying. O'Neill, that ball is definitely out. He is not down. And now they're going to wait. Oh, they're going to give a sideline warning on Penn. So that is going to be after the play, so that is going to be a fumble.
You know, the Cavemen just cannot afford this right now.
Yeah, you're down 4 scores already. No, 5 scores. And then right now you're just putting the ball on the ground. It's just not going to work. And now the Cavemen give it over to the Kingsmen at their own 42. And I wouldn't be surprised here to see some backups in the game.
Exactly, and the Kingsmen have scored on every single drive that they have done this game.
And not just every drive. They haven't had to go very far. Their longest drive, it looks like, is 59. Nope, they had a 62-yard drive, but they haven't had to go the whole length of the field. 62 yards is only from your own 38, right? So a 59-yard drive, 51, 38, 54, 50, and 62 as they're back out on the field. And I am going to be correct. So, Grant, you're going to get your paper ready. We got new people on the field. Backup quarterback in the game as he hands that one off.
That was number 9, Isaiah Anderson.
Look at that.
With a couple-yard gain there.
Yeah, they're actually going to say no gain on that. But you got the right player, so way to go, Grant. In at quarterback now is going to be number 15. Grant, who's number 15?
That is Banks. Oof. Aselton.
There you go.
Aselton, I think.
Way to go. So 2nd and 10 here from Steel Stadium. And I got to be honest, I haven't been in my 9 or 10 years here in Mishawaka at many games that have been this lopsided against the Cavemen.
Exactly. The backup quarterback in shotgun, and it is a handoff up the middle, and it looks like a gain of about 3 yards.
Yeah, pretty good run. He got hit in the backfield there, and he was able to take it forward, get a couple yards, and he's down to the 38.
That will be 3rd and 7 on the Cavemen 38. And it is handed off, and it looks like that was a loss of yards there for the Kingsmen. Sorry.
Yeah, that takes them back a few yards. They're going to bring up 4th down. They're at the 41. They're going to run as much clock as they can. I think they're going to punt. Here comes the punting unit.
You know, I do wonder if Coach Reardon kind of regrets putting the backups in, but.
Well, I think you don't want to risk an injury in a game you're winning by so much. Maybe you want to get some stats. And, when you're playing your rival, you want to win by as much as you can. But I think at this point, you're running the clock, you're in the control, and you're going to punt it away.
Exactly. And it looks like that will be received by...
That's Landon Snyder.
Landon Snyder himself, who looks like just past the 10-yard line. Not great field position there for the Cavemen, but...
Yeah, I think you might have want to let that one go. He caught it inside the 5, but he did get a few yards, and now the Cavemen are going to try to get something going, even if it's against the backups of this Penn defense. You want to get some yards, get some positive momentum going into Plymouth next week.
Exactly, and Landon Snyder staying there as the rest of the offense comes on.
So here come the Cavemen. It is going to be the starters still in. And I think this is Coach Kinder saying, hey, we need to get some momentum. We got to make something happen here. So let's keep these starters in. Let's try to get some yards. They're
and
shotgun.
Hand off to number 2, Caden O'Neill. And he is just flying. He's going down. He is out of bounds. Looks like there was a first down.
I think he's going to be just 1 yard short. They marked him at the 19. And so that'll bring up 2nd and 1. But that's a good run by Caden O'Neill. Cavemen have fumbled the ball twice by both of their best rushers. Caden O'Neill put one on the ground last drive, and then Landon Snyder did early in the first half as well. So try to get some momentum, get some kind of positive feelings for your team heading into NLC play next week.
Exactly. And Landon Snyder lining up in shotgun again. He is going to keep it. And looks like there's no gain there.
That was not good. He's going to lose a bunch of yards there.
Oh yeah, because he was in shotgun.
And now there's kind of a scrum of players now.
Lots of extracurriculars there. Flags flying left and right. I have to say I'm not too surprised with tempers and emotions running this high.
Well, and you're losing by a lot and winning by a lot. There's a lot of emotion. The Cavemen players are saying they weren't part of that, but it takes 2 to tango out there.
Exactly. And these are the fouls that Kinder was talking about. You can't.
And Coach Kinder's telling his guys to back up, just get out of the way. And Coach Reardon doing the same thing. The refs are talking about every ref threw their flag, so we'll see what they call.
I mean, that's a pretty fun occasion. Well, I want to say fun, but that's a special occasion right there when every single flag is on the ground. Definitely no doubt that there was a penalty there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the replay here. You can't really tell. It looks like a lot of people in on that, so. Okay, here's the call, Grant. Well, JK, just kidding. No call yet. He's going to talk to Coach Kinder. And here's the thing. As all this is going on, Grant, clock's still running.
Exactly, and that's what the Cavemen they can't afford that. They need every single second that they can. And and Penn is, they're just trying to run out as much clock as they can, try to end this.
Right.
But the refs and coaches are taking their time trying to figure this penalty out.
Well, and all this after Landon Snyder lost 4 yards on that play. They moved him back to the – well, now they're moving him back even further. Yeah, they're going to say personal foul on Penn, personal foul on Mishawaka, offsetting penalties, so that's not going to change anything. And then another personal foul on Mishawaka. So they're going to move Mishawaka back 15 yards. So let's see what we got. Lots of penalties. We're going to say personal foul on both teams. Those are offsetting. And then an extra personal foul on the Cavemen.
The Cavemen are inside their own 10-yard line, and you have to be really careful with safeties here.
Absolutely, yeah.
Especially with Landon Snyder in shotgun and, losing yards like that. You can't afford that.
So they're back, yeah, you said inside their own 10 at their 8-yard line now.
It is 3rd and 13.
And right now he's just going to end the quarter. So that's going to end the quarter here. Grant, let's take us to a break here.
All right, well, Penn is up 42-7. We will see you back here in Steel Stadium on the Mishawaka Network. Welcome back to the Mishawaka Network. I'm Grant Metzger, Matt Rendell right here next to me.
Yeah, we've got right now a little bit of a honoring, and this is going to be Leon Fowler out there, his brother, LaJordan Fowler, one of the good Mishawaka football or basketball players. Leon Fowler is being honored for his state championship. Leon Fowler in the spring won the state title. In that state title he won in track is going to be the long jump. He had the longest jump at the state finals of anybody in the state. Not often you can say state champion from Mishawaka High School, so great honor there for Leon Fowler, Mr. Brew out there. So congratulations, Leon, as we look forward. He's not even graduated. He's back in school this year. Maybe he try to do even better this year as we get ready to go. Exactly.
The Cavemen lining up. It is a pitch over to, looks like that was number 2. Oh, sorry. That was number 4, Amir Dean.
Third time's the charm. That's number 7, Ethan Flowers. Grant, let's go. That's going to bring on the punt unit here as Mishawaka is going to punt the ball away here on 4th down and 8.
Yeah. Up here in the
We're
press
going to get these
box.
Numbers, Grant.
Up here in the press box, it is a bit of a view trying to find the numbers.
Right, but I got it. So you can get it. I'm way older than you, Grant. I got these glasses on. You're going to figure it out. But you're doing a great job tonight, Grant.
That punt was
not very long.
Not very long.
Decent
very,
bounce.
very high, though.
So Max Hurt punts that away. Penn not going to return that, but they will get the ball at about the 30. He's still walking. Let's call it 36-yard line. So, Grant, what are your takeaways from the game so far?
I mean, it's just been, it's been a Penn show so far.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's just they've been out here just absolutely dominating.
Yep.
And, the Cavemen they're putting up a respectable effort, but it's the Kingsmen offense is just it's just a little too much.
I mean, it's they brought in the backups and they couldn't make anything happen, but the starters here for Penn, they had it all going. Every single drive they scored a touchdown, and the Cavemen have had no answers on offense or defense as we are down under 10 and a half minutes left in the fourth quarter. Quarterback is number 15, Grant, for Penn.
That is Banks Aselton, I think is his name.
He threw it out to number 87, the backup tight end there, and that's going to get them out close, if not to the first down.
That is Levi McGee for the Kingsmen. That is a first down. Looks like they are on the Cavemen 26-yard
Yeah, they got
line.
exactly 10 yards, got that first down, and that's 1st and 10 for Penn.
It's just a run up the middle. Looks like he got a few yards there. That was Isaiah Anderson with that run there.
He'll go out of the game after that run. Only a couple yards.
Is a quarterback keeper as he runs up the middle, and he got the first down. Oh, yeah, he got the first down there for the Kingsmen. Great job by number 15, Banks Aselton. And they're back in the red zone as they have been multiple times tonight.
Pretty much every drive except for that last one.
Aselton back in shotgun formation. It is a handoff, and looks like he got a couple yards there.
Yeah, all of us announcers trying to figure out who's got the ball. That's 35. Grant, who's number 35?
That would be Steven. One second. Yeah, Steven Traeger.
Yeah, so another run for the Penn Kingsmen as they're just trying to run this clock out. We're down 7:40 to play here. The clock's actually like glitching out. I don't know if you can see that. It's 38, then 36, and 30. It's kind of weird out there.
That was a handoff, and he is running it into the end zone for the Kingsmen. 7th touchdown. They are now up. Let me do the math for a second. 48-7.
You got it. Way to go. Maths can be hard, Grant.
Especially after a long broadcast like this.
Well, and a long day. We were in school all day. We're doing our work.
Exactly.
Then you're helping me during study hall, right?
Yeah,
and then after school you're at rehearsal. Now you're here. It's a long night.
Exactly.
And there's a flag. That's going to be some sort of infraction. Big shout out. Cam Stokes just messed it up. Said you're doing a great job, Grant. Way to go.
I think you can.
See, look at that. Look at that. And she can't say I didn't respond to her message because I just did on the air.
Exactly. And we were actually having a great time at the Marion game.
Yeah.
You, me, and Cam
Absolutely.
were there walking around, and yeah, that was a great time.
Yeah, a little bit better time than we're having tonight. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it looks like that penalty was half the distance to the
Yeah, so that was
goal.
offsides on the Cavemen as they go to kick this off. We're going to stay here after this extra point, talk a little bit about what's coming up here on the Mishawaka Network, what to expect over the next few weeks as we're excited to bring you some more Cavemen events.
It is up, and it is good. It is now Penn 49, Mishawaka 7.
Taking a look at the upcoming schedule for the Cavemen. We are here tonight for football as Penn has the commanding 49-7 lead. The Cavemen football team will be back in action next week here at Steel Stadium for the Plymouth Rockies. Plymouth, a unique school, got 2 nicknames, Grant. Rockies for football. What's their other nickname?
I'm going to guess Pilgrims.
You got it. You're the
let's
man.
Go.
Oh, man, what a guess by Grant
guess.
Metzger there. But for football, they are the Rockies. They'll be here in town next Friday. As you can see the schedule of the football season. Only 9 games, 5 away games for the Cavemen this year, 4 home games including this one. So only 3 more left, and one of them is next week. So we're going to get ready for the kickoff here. Grant going to bring you the kickoff, and we're going to finish up this game as we are down to 5:46 to play.
The crowd is very loud as they're trying to distract the kicker.
It's been a tough game for the Cavemen. They haven't had much to cheer about, so the fans getting into this kickoff as that is deep.
And it is still received by Amir Dean, who, again, he didn't get a chance to run.
That is definitely not Amir Dean.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
That is number 0 for the Cavemen.
Oh, Amir Dean was right next to him.
That's Malachi Brown, who couldn't return that. In high school football, you catch the ball in the end zone, it's a touchback no matter what. In college and pro football, you can return those sometimes, but in high school football, that is automatic touchback as we are running the clock here, as we're winding this thing down. We've had a good broadcast, I feel like. We've got Autumn Bingaman, Kara Foley over here to our left. They're running the show for us. First event for Autumn, so that's a good time. Isaiah Eggleston on the top camera for us, doing a great job, and we got him some new technology, make it a little bit easier for him. I hope that's working. Braden Wagner out there running our tight follow. Braden's kind of our football expert of the group. He likes to follow the games. He likes football. He's quiet, but he does like sports. He likes to taunt me about the Atlanta Braves, but the Braves just got a 3-game sweep of the mighty Dodgers. So, and that's going to be number 11 for the Cavemen on that carry.
That was Dewan Hatchett. I do know him.
There we go. Dewan in the game.
Yes. And we got Cam Stokes down there taking pictures.
Yeah, we'll see how those turn out. The game hasn't gone our way, but maybe we got some good shots there. As a couple yards by Dewan Hatchett will bring up 2nd down for the Cavemen. Clock's still running. I'm sure Coach Kinder's okay running that clock right now. Just try to get out of here. Right now you got backups in the game, including at quarterback. That looks like number 20, Roman Brioli.
Another football player that I know him.
Yeah, Brioli, a sophomore there, takes that carry, gets no gain on that play, actually loses 2 yards.
It is now 3rd and 10.
Yeah, they got 2 yards, lost 2 yards, and right now the Cavemen really struggling here, and they're going to try to just wind this clock out. I'm sure they'd be okay just ending the game.
They're on their own 20-yard line. And just, yeah, like you said, just at this point, I think a lot of people just kind of want to go home.
Yeah, I mean, it's not been a good game for the Cavemen. I'm actually not going to lie. I think the Penn fans probably want to stick around a little bit as Hatchett gets that carry.
Another carry by Dewan Hatchett, who is a senior here.
Dewan's in actually 2 of my classes, in AV production and mass media at the same time as a senior, and he got hit hard on that play.
Let's hope we do not have any more injuries.
Yeah,
here.
You don't want to get injured at this point in the game. It is 4th down. We'll see what the Cavemen do. They've got 23 seconds still on the play clock, so they are winding that clock. We're under 3 minutes in the game. Cavemen team, I'm sure, dejected. Not the game you want, but you have a chance to bounce back. And Coach Kinder will say this, I'm sure, when we talk to him, all through the next week going into Plymouth is, hey, we lost. It was bad. It was embarrassing. But we have a chance to learn from it. You've got NLC play starting next week, so you will be able to make a chance to win the NLC still.
Exactly. And thank goodness Plymouth is not another 6A.
Yeah,
school.
and Penn right now ranked in the top 10. They might go higher. They don't have a lot of big competition on their schedule. So we'll see what they do here as Mishawaka will take the delay of game penalty and run out the punting unit. Nope, they're still going to stay offense on the field. And right now the clock's still running. I'm not sure. Coach Kinder might just keep taking delay of games. That clock's going to just run.
Exactly.
And I'm sure the Penn fans and coaches wouldn't mind that. But they're going to get up to the line, might run a play here.
They are running a play, and it is right down the middle, and is brought down just past the 20-yard line.
And that's DeJuan Hatchett again. And that'll be a turnover on downs, Grant. We're in the last minute and a half here, as I'm sure Penn will just kneel this ball out. They're not going to risk any injuries.
Exactly, and fun fact, a former Mishawaka football player who graduated last year, Corin Shepley, number 36, is here at this game right now. He's a close personal friend of mine. And yes, he was also involved in theater, and I got to spend a lot of time with him, and great guy.
Yeah, absolutely. So Penn here in victory formation. They're just going to kneel this ball out. 50 seconds left, and the Penn Kingsmen are going to come out on top here tonight in what we hoped was a hotly contested match, what ended up being a lopsided victory in favor of the Penn Kingsmen from just down the road here.
It looks like that was the last play.
Yeah, they will not have to snap again, and here comes the handshake line as we are going to be done with this game here. And Grant, not a lot of good things to talk about if you're a Mishawaka Caveman fan.
No, but I think this is a pretty valuable learning experience for the Cavemen.
Definitely.
And I'm sure that Coach Kinder will, first off, have a nice long talk with them, but then,
Absolutely.
Say, hey, this is how we grow. This is where we
Definitely.
learn from our mistakes. This is, we can't, win these huge games without losing some,
Right. Well, and sometimes you need, hey, we lost this game, let's try to come back stronger and better, and it gives you something to work on in practice. So we'll see what happens going into next week.
Exactly. Next week against Plymouth again.
So right now we got handshakes going on. The Cavemen fall in a huge game, a big win for the Penn Kingsmen. Let's talk quickly, Grant, about what's coming up. Next week we've talked about a lot. Mishawaka at home against Plymouth. They will be 1-1 now. But Penn, they are now 2-0, and they've got a pretty light schedule here coming up.
They've got South Bend Riley next week on the 4th, and then South Bend Washington at home.
Yep.
I mean, considering that Goshen, Washington
was down by 50 at halftime.
I wouldn't be too surprised if they just walked.
Grant, even after that, they're taking on Marion Adams. Those are all games they're going to be expected to win and by a lot. That takes them to a Week 7 matchup with Elkhart. And Elkhart has been very good. They beat Concord last week. I don't know how they're doing tonight. And New Prairie doesn't look very good, but then St. Joe coming off that sectional win last year. So the end of the schedule is tough, but the rest of the schedule, not very good teams on that schedule. And right now, Mishawaka, how they played tonight, not looking very good themselves.
Exactly. However, the Mishawaka Cayman are looking forward to Plymouth next week, and then Warsaw at Warsaw.
Yep.
Then Northwood at home, an away game against Concord. Then a Northridge game at home, and then 2 consecutive away games at Goshen and then Wawasee.
And just a quick to wrap us up here, lots of people for Penn could be, your player of the game or whatever. I would probably give it to Landon Hall. Landon Hall, 15 of 17 on the game, 228 yards, 2 touchdowns. One of those passes, yeah, you can. they're done in there. 15-17. One of those passes he threw out of bounds. That was incomplete. But the other pass was the one the guy dropped. He was wide open and dropped it. So 228 yards, 2 touchdowns. But really, it was just the whole Penn team. Just a dominant effort from start to finish. Really nothing that Mishawaka could do, as the fans are going to leave here unhappy with the performance tonight, but hopefully a bounce-back chance next week as we get ready to wrap this up, Grant.
Exactly. Great game by the Penn Kings men here, just coming in and basically dominating with a final score of 49-7. You know, it was a great game.
Yeah, it was a great night for football. Make sure to follow the Mishawaka Network on social media, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. You'll see Cam Stokes got us some pictures. We just posted those, so you should be able to see some of those great highlights of the night. And, yeah, the game didn't go the Cavemen's way, but the band had a great performance. You had the cheerleaders. The fans were here, which is great. And now you have a chance to do better going into next week.
And speaking of Cam Stokes, her and Kiera Foley will be announcing for the volleyball games. They've been doing a great job over there in the cave. And exactly, is next week's home game?
Yep. So we'll be Tuesday in the cave against the Warsaw Tigers. Warsaw, very good volleyball team. We'll see how the Cavemen do. We do have some bad injury news for the Cavemen volleyball team, as Amelia Amos is going to be out for at least a little bit, if not the whole season, as they got some bad injury news there, which isn't great for the Cavemen, but gives a chance to some of the other girls to step up. So big week as they take on Warsaw Tuesday, but then they're at Penn on Thursday, and Penn's a very good volleyball team. So we'll see how they do, but we'll bring you some sports next week, so make sure to tune in. As Grant said, Cam and Kira on the call there.
Exactly. Great. Thank you for tuning into the Mishawaka Network. I'm Grant Metzger, Matt Rendell next to me, and we won't see you, but you will see us next week against Plymouth here at Steel Stadium. This is the Mishawaka Network.